Blueface is at the center of what might be the most alarming and career-shaking scandal of his life, and it is far darker than anyone imagined. Multiple reports confirm the rapper, infamous for his wild behavior and constant controversies, was secretly rushed to the hospital after what sources claim was a sudden overdose on anabolic steroids. Yes, steroids. According to insiders, things took a terrifying turn during a routine rehearsal when Blueface's body allegedly began to shut down without warning. One witness described the scene as pure panic, saying the rapper collapsed, struggling to breathe before convulsions set in. The chaos did not end there. Jaidyn Alexis, his on-and-off partner and mother of his child, reportedly stormed into the ER in a furious rage, screaming at medical staff and threatening anyone who tried to calm her down. The entire ordeal left witnesses shaken, with many now questioning just how deep Blueface's struggles really go and whether this incident is only the tip of a much larger storm brewing around him. A viral clip allegedly captures Jaidyn Alexis hurling a chair across the ER before security drags her out as she screams, "He did this to himself. I'm done." Within minutes, social media went into total meltdown. Fans flooded timelines with questions. Was Blueface secretly hooked on performance enhancers? Is Jaden finally cutting ties for good? And who is leaking these explosive hospital videos? But here's the thing, this chaos did not appear out of thin air. Long before the sirens, the steroid rumors, and the hospital drama, the cracks were already showing. Blueface and Jaidyn Alexis have never exactly been the picture of stability, and anyone watching closely could feel something was building. Let's rewind. Blueface, the same rapper who turned a viral hit into mainstream stardom, has been stumbling through the last few years with one headline after another: legal battles, street fights, messy relationships, questionable parenting moments, and non-stop social media drama. But recently, fans noticed a change. His frame got bulkier, veins more pronounced, eyes carrying a different kind of intensity. At first, people chalked it up to hardcore workouts, but insiders paint a darker picture. One former bodyguard, speaking anonymously, revealed that Blueface often skipped meals, rarely slept, and was seen injecting himself with something before shows. We all knew it wasn't vitamins, the bodyguard claimed. And in the middle of it all stood Jaidyn Alexis, mother of his child, businesswoman, and perhaps the only person who truly knew how deep the chaos went. Blueface and Jaidyn Alexis have endured a decade-long roller coaster of betrayals, breakups, reconciliations, and, according to fans, now near total emotional collapse. Jaden had stayed loyal through countless cheating scandals, public spats with Christian rock, and even moments where she faced outright disrespect on camera. But this year, something shifted. She began actively rebranding new music, a fresh image, a harder, more self-protective attitude, while Blueface descended into chaos. Insiders reveal that Jaden pleaded with him to stop whatever substances he was taking after noticing heightened aggression, sudden mood swings, and paranoia. At one point, she allegedly confided to her team, "He's not the same. He's becoming a monster, and I refuse to go down with him." Fans caught wind of the tension through cryptic Instagram posts, Jaden hinting, "There's only so much a woman can take. Tired of saving people who want to drown? Watch, the truth's coming soon," while Blueface flexed shirtless in gym selfies, captioned with phrases like, "Built different. They can't outwork me. No sleep. Just grind. Straight fuel." Beneath the surface, a storm was raging. Leaked messages from a close friend suggest that Blueface had been using steroids to bulk up for a secret reality TV reboot with a streaming platform, an ambitious redemption arc featuring a new body, new discipline, and a reinvented Blueface. But the plan backfired spectacularly. The steroids reportedly triggered uncontrollable rage, trembling hands, and blackouts, yet he pressed on, insisting he was fine. Jaden begged him to stop, but the warning signs went unheeded. Then, 3 weeks ago, what should have been a normal studio session turned chaotic. Blueface allegedly erupted at his engineer, smashed a wall in a and collapsed to the ground, leaving everyone around him in shock and confirming that the spiral had reached a frightening climax. That was the moment paramedics rushed in, setting off a chain of chaos that would ignite the internet like wildfire. But the story only deepened from there. When Jaidyn Alexis received the news that her ex, Blueface, was being whisked to the hospital, her reaction reportedly lacked panic or concern. An insider claimed she remarked, "Let him hit rock bottom. He needs this." However, the moment she caught wind that the media might capture the scene, she appeared at the hospital, and everything spiraled into mayhem. Witnesses say she arrived fully glam, flanked by a camera crew, screaming about betrayal, lies, and how he had brought this on himself. Hospital security was alerted almost immediately. Within minutes, the situation escalated. Jaden allegedly became so aggressive that she was forcibly removed, hurling threats as she was escorted out, a dramatic exit already captured and circulating online. Inside, the emergency room was an entirely different level of chaos. Paramedics burst through the sliding doors, Blueface strapped to a gurney, barely conscious, pale, muttering incoherently. His lips were tinged blue, and his muscles twitched uncontrollably. A medic whispered urgently to the ER staff, possible anabolic steroid overdose, irregular heartbeat, survival uncertain. The hospital went into code red instantly. Security cleared hallways, trauma teams rushed him into isolation, and monitors blared as his body struggled to regain control. Nurses shouted commands, preparing adrenaline IVs and defibrillators. Leaked medical reports circulating on Reddit and Telegram painted a terrifying picture. Blueface's bloodstream contained dangerously high levels of synthetic testosterone, including trenbolone and other illicit, lab-created steroid cocktails. Combined with dehydration, stress, and inadequate nutrition, these substances can trigger cardiac failure. One nurse allegedly described the situation as beyond a standard overdose. It wasn't a regular OD. This was Frankenstein level. His body had been chemically hijacked. Every detail, from paramedics' urgent movements to the trauma team's frantic efforts, showed just how close he came to disaster. The combination of performance-enhancing drugs and his body's frailty created a perfect storm, turning what began as another headline-making Blueface moment into a medical emergency of epic proportions. The drama didn't end outside the ER, either. Jaden's theatrical presence, the media frenzy, and the leaked footage turned the entire episode into a spectacle, leaving fans and insiders reeling as the story continued to unfold in real time. The emergency room had become a stage for chaos, survival, and secrets, setting the tone for what promises to be the most shocking chapter yet in Blueface's tumultuous saga. Hospital staff were completely blindsided when Jaidyn Alexis arrived like a force of nature, her oversized sunglasses hiding eyes burning with fury, hair slicked back, and a storm of rage radiating off her. She barreled past reception without hesitation, demanding immediate access to Blueface. What happened next was captured from 5 separate phone angles and leaked online before dawn, quickly going viral. By noon, millions had watched the explosive clip that would dominate X, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts. In it, Jaden can be heard shouting, "Don't touch me. Don't tell me to calm down. He's been juicing for months and none of y'all cared. Now you want to save him." The footage shows her flinging a metal clipboard out of a nurse's hand, security seizing both her arms as she kicks off her heels, screaming, "Let him die if he wants to die." All under 45 seconds, the clip made her appear unhinged, heartless, and out of control. Captions ranged from "Jaidyn Alexis loses her mind" to "NSFW Blueface OD meltdown," with fans shocked by a side of her they had never seen. Yet as the internet roasted her, new insider revelations dramatically shifted the narrative. According to a high-ranking source on Blueface reality show production, the rapper had been deliberately pushing his body to the brink for months, not just for vanity, but to reinvent himself for a streaming service project titled Rebirth Blueface 2.0. The show was designed to chronicle the transformation of a self-destructing rapper into a disciplined, sculpted figure, but with a twist that no one anticipated. Jaden was meant to be cast as the villain. Sources indicate Blueface had scripted portions of the show, orchestrating staged arguments to paint her as toxic, jealous, and emotionally abusive, manipulating the storyline to make her appear unstable while elevating his own redemption arc. What initially looked like a chaotic, raw, and spontaneous outburst at the hospital was, according to insiders, intertwined with months of planning, public perception shaping, and a dangerous obsession with image control. Jaden's fury, real as it was, collided with a narrative that Blueface had been quietly scripting behind the scenes, turning private pain and betrayal into content-ready drama. The intersection of real-life crisis, viral spectacle, and strategic media manipulation highlights a darker, more calculated side of celebrity life, where public meltdown can be both authentic and weaponized for career reinvention. This revelation reframes the entire incident. Jaden's actions, while explosive, are now viewed not merely as irrational anger, but as a reaction to months of orchestrated emotional warfare, insider pressure, and a partner playing a dangerous game with reality itself. The hospital hallway, once a scene of chaos, now reads like the first act in a meticulously scripted drama with real consequences, proving that in the world of celebrity spectacle, nothing is ever purely what it seems. The drama escalated when it was revealed that Blueface had gone to extreme lengths to control the narrative. Reports claim he even hired a ghostwriter to script Jaden's confessional segments for the show, and allegedly tried to bribe her makeup artist into feeding misleading information to the production team. But the tension hit a breaking point when Jaden reportedly discovered the script in his gym bag just 2 weeks ago. One insider shared that she told a friend, "I gave this man years of my life, and now he wants to destroy me on camera to polish his image. He will have to crawl out of a hospital bed to do that. I am done." So when Jaden stormed into the hospital, she was not walking in as a supportive partner. She entered as a woman who had been blindsided, publicly humiliated, and silenced, while the man who betrayed her lay half-conscious behind a curtain. One nurse, posting anonymously before deleting the tweet, explained she wasn't crazy. She was hurt, deeply hurt. The internet erupted immediately, splitting into factions. #Team Jaden supporters argued that anyone in her position would have snapped, pointing out her years of loyalty, her efforts to save Blueface amid chaos with Christian rock, and the betrayal of being cast as the villain. "If my baby daddy used me for clout and overdosed on roids, I would throw a chair too," one fan tweeted. Meanwhile, #Team Blueface countered, calling her violent, unhinged, and jealous, claiming he was simply trying to fix himself and that she had no right to disrupt his recovery. Critics questioned why she filmed herself walking in, arguing that it was dramatic and unnecessary, almost WWE-level theatrics. Then the first hospital photo leaked, Blueface lying with eyes half closed, oxygen mask on, IVs in both arms, staring at the ceiling with a solitary tear tracing down his face. His muscles were rigid, veins pronounced, and his body visibly swollen from the chemical assault. The anonymous caption read, "He said he was doing it for his fans. He said he had no choice. He just wanted to win again." But the story darkened even further. While drifting in and out of consciousness, Blueface allegedly whispered something to the doctors that would send shockwaves through the narrative. His chilling confession, as insiders revealed, reframed everything not just as a story of public meltdown, betrayal, or celebrity drama, but as the unveiling of a man who had been trapped in a cell-made storm, desperate for redemption, yet reckless in pursuit of it. This moment cemented the incident as more than a scandal. It became a cautionary tale of fame, manipulation, and the devastating human cost of obsession. According to an insider who claimed to be present in the hospital room, Blueface, barely conscious and hooked up to machines, whispered something that left the staff stunned. "I did not do this for the show. I did it so she would love me again." Confused, the nurses asked who. He repeated, his voice strained, "Jaden. I thought if I changed, she would stay." The confession landed like a bomb. Hearts shattered, jaws dropped. Here was the rapper, notorious for wild partying, disrespect, and chaos, exposing his most vulnerable moment ever. The transformation, fans realized, had never been about image, fame, or a reality show. It had been a desperate, flawed attempt to salvage a relationship he had already destroyed. Suddenly, public perception wavered. Was Blueface a calculated manipulator or a man broken by his own choices? Was Jaden cold and ruthless or a woman deeply wounded by betrayal? The lines between villain and victim blurred, leaving the audience grappling with a story far more complicated than anyone expected. But the saga was far from over. Just as the world assumed the hospital drama, the overdose, Jaden's explosive meltdown, had reached its peak, a new twist erupted, one that involved a mysterious third party and threatened to rewrite the narrative entirely. At exactly 1:37 a.m., Christian Rock dropped a cryptic Instagram story. Black text, blurry background, no tags, no hashtags. One chilling sentence: "Y'all keep protecting the wrong person. I got receipts." Within minutes, social media exploded. Twitter threads went viral, Reddit lit up, and fan pages declared DEFCON 1. Questions flew. Was Christian targeting Blueface? Was Jaden in her crosshairs? The answer came quickly. Less than 2 hours later, a 12-minute voice memo allegedly recorded the day before Blueface overdose leaked to a fan-run Discord server called Blue Room and censored. Reposted across TikTok and YouTube as Blueface Confession, the steroid lie, the audio revealed a side of the story no one had expected. In his unmistakable voice, Blueface admitted to a stunning truth. He had misled everyone. "Yo, I already told them that transformation was for the show, but the truth is I was trying to flex on both of them," he confessed. Then, lowering his voice to a chilling whisper, Blueface allegedly mutters in the voice memo, "If these steroids hit me too hard, I got a backup plan." Make it look like a near-death story. People eat that redemption narrative. Give Em a reason to watch. I'll come back bigger than ever. Silence follows, thick and tense, until a female voice cuts in at the end of the clip, believed by fans to be Chrissy Rock. "Just don't drag me in it, bro. You know Jaden already hates me. You want smoke? Start it without me," she says. Within 12 hours, the audio, dubbed #TheSteroid tape, spread like wildfire. Suddenly, the narrative pivoted entirely. Jaden, previously criticized as unhinged and volatile, now appeared as a woman manipulated, betrayed, and forced into a toxic scheme. Fans began to see her not as a villain, but as a victim of a carefully orchestrated reality TV-style redemption plot. Meanwhile, Blueface, once perceived as the tragic figure fighting to recover, was recast as the architect of chaos. Speculation ran rampant. YouTube sleuths uploaded detailed breakdowns of the memo, dissecting every word, every pause. Some claimed the overdose was staged, a calculated performance for public attention. Others insisted it was real but exploited as a publicity stunt. A viral Twitter thread with over 250,000 likes compared him to Kanye. Crash, cry, rise again. But real life, unlike a scripted story, had no rewinds, and Blueface now risked losing it all. Some theorists suggested that Jaden's explosive hospital meltdown was triggered by discovering the memo in real time. Others believed a crew member tipped her off, and some even speculated she leaked it herself. Then, rumors of hidden cameras emerged. Two anonymous insiders from Blueface Studio alleged that Jaden had found a concealed camera in her bedroom 2 nights prior to the hospital incident. Supposedly, she suspected it was being used to film her for the Rebirth Blueface 2.0 show without consent, prompting her to contact lawyers. If true, it implied that Blueface had been secretly documenting her emotional reactions, scripting breakdowns for reality TV, and potentially manipulating his overdose narrative for PR purposes. While Chrissy warned him to keep Jaden out of it, the industry reacted immediately. Zeus Network reportedly canceled a secret pitch meeting. Spotify quietly removed a recent podcast interview from recommendations, and A-list rapper Lil Baby unfollowed him, tweeting, "Can't respect men who play with pain for clout." Even Nicki Minaj appeared to signal disapproval by liking a tweet mocking steroid stunts for storylines. Jaden remained silent publicly, posting a viral selfie with only a single icy emoji. The origin of the leak ignited wild theories. Was it Chrissy? Jaden herself? Or perhaps a former bodyguard ousted for questioning Blueface steroid use. Nobody could say definitively. What was clear, though, was that the scandal had escalated from a personal meltdown to a career-threatening storm with legal, medical, and emotional consequences. Then came the final twist. Blueface, now conscious and aware of the leaks, decided to go live on Instagram. Bandaged and shirtless, the rapper addressed the controversy with a cold smirk. Y'all mad over steroids? Please. I've been through worse. Jaden mad? I got fit. His defiant tone only fueled the fire, turning the scandal from an isolated incident into a viral, combustible spectacle that left his credibility and his relationships hanging by a thread. Chrissy chimed in defiantly, saying, "And mad? I did not make her fans mad, I just gave y'all something to talk about." Welcome to entertainment. Instantly, the internet Blueface in the eye of a social media hurricane. TikTok, Instagram, X, every corner of the digital world was alight with reactions. Fans unleashed a storm of criticism. This man nearly died and still has the nerve to flex? So it was all for show? We watched him convulse for content, disrespect Jaden, play Christian, and lie to all of us. Hashtag Blueface concled. Calling him unhinged is being polite. One viral clip captured a fan breaking down in tears, lamenting, "We defended him through everything, mental health struggles, trauma, pressure, but nah. He's just a narcissist chasing views." Thousands responded by deleting his tracks from playlists, unsubscribing from his channels, and leaving one-star reviews across every platform where his name appeared. A group even launched a trending campaign, hashtag boycott Blueface, insisting, "We are not the story. We are not clout." Meanwhile, celebrity reactions were equally scathing. Cardi B posted on X, writing, "There's entertainment, and then there's sickness. Learn the difference." Sukihana went live, criticizing him. Blueface doesn't even have fans. He staged his destruction in slow motion. "No one's buying your fitness arc, bro. We saw the steroids." Crisscross LA, an emerging rap duo, added, "A woman screaming in your ear while you fake a breakdown? Nah, that's not hip-hop. That's a circus." Even Christian rock weighed in. After the voice memo leak, she posted a cryptic Instagram story that was part denial, part shade. "I told him, don't drag me. Y'all heard it. I knew, but I didn't approve. Let that man crash alone." Social media went wild. The industry moved fast behind the scenes. BET canceled all upcoming Blueface appearances. Shadroom, for the first time in years, stopped covering him. Spotify, Apple Music, and Tidal removed his songs from editorial playlists. Zeus Network reportedly filed a cease and desist to prevent him from using unreleased footage. Most shocking of all, his management cut ties. A leaked email from his former publicist read, "We cannot, in good conscience, continue supporting a narrative that endangers others for manufactured virality. We wish him a full recovery but are exiting all future contracts." Doors slammed shut. Jaidyn Alexis remained silent for days, then finally broke it with a powerful Instagram carousel. No caption, just imagery. A photo cradling her son, a snapshot of her streaming her new single Cold Shoulder, a black and white selfie with tears glistening in her eyes, and a court document showing a personal protection order. Fans flooded her comments. "You're the realist in this whole circus. We stand with you. You gave him everything. He gave you pain. Now give him silence." And that is exactly what she did. Her silence spoke volumes. Meanwhile, Blueface eventually posted, but the damage was done. The social media storm, celebrity backlash, and industry fallout had reshaped his narrative entirely. His empire teetered, and his credibility lay in ruins. Blueface, now spiraling deeper than ever, took to his story with a mix of defiance and desperation. "I see all the hate. I see who switched up. I'm still here. Y'all can cancel me, but you'll never clone me," he wrote. Moments later, he posted a shirtless video of himself rapping directly into the camera, captioned, "IOD for the culture. Y'all ain't ready for the comeback." The reaction was immediate and intense. Fans didn't hold back. The backlash was fierce. the desperation palpable, and the once loyal fan bases fractured into an online civil war. Kia Nazablow's supporters clashed with Jaden's loyalists. Some argued Blueface was a mastermind, exposing the music industry's manipulation of image. Others condemned him as a narcissist, risking his life to bait his ex for clout. One viral meme transformed Blueface's hospital bed into a Joker scene, with text reading, "You get what you deserve." Fans weren't just angry, they were mobilizing. Petitions circulated to block any future Blueface projects. Music blogs refused to feature his releases, and TikTok creators stitched old clips with pointed commentary. Calls for mental health evaluations surfaced, insisting this had crossed the line from publicity stunt to dangerous obsession. But while chaos reigned online, one figure remained silent, watching from the shadows, holding a piece of the puzzle that could obliterate Blueface's empire entirely. Just when it seemed the scandal had hit rock bottom, a mysterious X account appeared. No profile picture, no followers, no bio. The user uploaded a 26-second surveillance clip titled BCM Final Truth, captioned, "Blueface knew what he was doing, so did they." Play back. Slow it down. Connect the dots. It destroys everything we thought we knew. The footage, grainy and low-res, appeared to be from a hidden security camera inside Blueface's home gym, timestamped 2 days before his overdose. At first, the video shows Blueface pacing shirtless, injecting himself, visibly agitated. Then another figure enters the frame, not Jaden, not Christian, but his brother, Andre Lacey. The elusive sibling, rarely seen in public and barely remembered by fans, calmly confronts him. "You sure you want to do this? This much, this fast?" Andre asks. Blueface snaps, responding, "I got to go viral. They ain't checking for me no more. I need them to feel something." Andre stands silently, his tone chilling. "Just remember who gave you the idea. I own this ending." The video cuts to black. The internet erupted instantly. TikTokers went live, Reddit threads exploded past 20,000 comments, and fans were left reeling. For the first time, the narrative shifted away from Jaden and Christian entirely. The spotlight now pointed at a man long hidden in the shadows, Andre Lacey, who may have been orchestrating, or at the very least influencing, Blueface's descent into chaos. This revelation suggested that the entire saga wasn't just about exes and drama. It might have been a calculated setup from inside the family, manipulating one of hip-hop's most volatile figures into self-destruction. Insiders are now painting Andre Lacey as the shadow architect behind Blueface's recent collapse. Sources claim he had been quietly overseeing Blueface's finances, producing content for the Rebirth project, and even more disturbingly, was reportedly the one who suggested the overdose redemption arc in the first place. But the story takes an even darker turn. A leaked email, allegedly sent from Andre's assistant to an unnamed network executive, surfaced this week. In it, Andre purportedly pitched exclusive footage capturing Blueface's full emotional and physical breakdown before any of it had even occurred. The email read, "We're capturing the full collapse, from steroids to rehab. It's raw, it's real, and it's going to break the internet. All we need is an advance to finalize editing. Trust me, this is Emmy-worthy." The timestamp on the message was 3 days prior to the overdose incident. Attached to the email was a pitch deck ominously titled Death to Redemption, Blueface's Final Fall. The document reportedly outlined a step-by-step timeline of Blueface's decline, a planned hospital crisis, suggested captions for social media rollout, and even a proposed finale showing Blueface publicly reconciling with Jaden on camera. This was not simply clout chasing, it was a meticulously constructed blueprint for emotional manipulation on a global stage. The internet reacted immediately. Fans demanded accountability under the hashtag #Astandra, calling out Andre for allegedly orchestrating his brother's medical emergency and attempting to profit off it. Legal experts quickly weighed in, speculating that if Andre knowingly pushed Blueface into a dangerous steroid regimen, filmed it, and tried to sell it, it could potentially qualify as criminal negligence or even attempted manslaughter. Meanwhile, Jaden dropped a single word on ex-family, which many fans interpreted as a pointed message aimed at both Andre and Blueface. Blueface himself remained eerily silent. No videos, no statements, just a haunting Instagram story posted shortly after the leak. I can't trust anyone. Not even blood. And now comes the final twist nobody saw coming. Andre Lacey has vanished. Multiple sources confirm he has not answered calls in over 48 hours, and his Instagram account has been deactivated. Questions are now swirling. Did Andre disappear to avoid the fallout? Is law enforcement involved? Or has the architect of this entire scheme slipped entirely off the grid, leaving chaos in his wake? The scandal has officially shifted from personal drama to a potential criminal investigation. Blueface fans, Jaden supporters, and even casual observers are all watching with bated breath, waiting to see who will be held accountable and whether the brother once hidden in the shadows will ever resurface. This saga has moved from a cautionary tale of fame and betrayal to a full-blown thriller, with Andre Lacey at its center.